ex-military. Just think about it. We did a khutbah, it had to be a good 20 years ago. It was when these Daesh and other murderers were coming out, and they had a line of guys standing there. They took a picture. These supposed to be all the Arabs. So it was about 5 guys standing there. One had a gold chain on. I don't know if you remember. One had a gold chain on. The other, his chest come up like this. And you know, when you work out a lot, you know what white boys look like when they, been working out, a lot of push-ups, a lot of weights. It didn't look like no Arab, okay? But they killed the people anyway. I think this was a Korean. The guy was hopping around begging and everything. The point is, they're not going to take a chance on those Europeans just going out there unled. So everybody that breaks in there and do this, do that, they're all hired and paid. A lot of the people that we saw, they might have had a free bus ticket to come here, on the bus and what have you. They might have been packing, which I believe 75% of the people I saw was packing. They all had that bulge right here. Yeah. All them people got heat on them. Okay, the one group come for a purpose. The uneducated, unlearned, because society is not answering their questions and answering their needs. And they feel, and the other people are taking advantage of that. So the people, like you say, climbing up stuff like that, they just zoop, zoop, zoop. Well, what do they do in the military? Up and down ropes, up and down stairs, up and down this. That's what they do, right? So if you see somebody moving up there too fast, either Jungle Jim or somebody, right? Tarzan cousin, or he been trained to do it. And remember, all of that, this one thing about these Europeans, they train. One day it was a big thing over here with the brothers in the parking lot. And they was mad about the police was over there and had them surrounded. And the brothers was getting ready to make a move. I said, those people there are bitches, the police. And they right there. And they all know who I am, and the black ones are like, they just laying back. They know what's going on. I said, these people are all bitches, but they train bitches, and you not trained. You not trained. Ain't none of you here, you don't even look trained. So they bitches, but they train bitches. So go get yourself some training, come back and get them later on. But don't they got everything coming at you right now. You make a move, you're done for. You're finished. They bitches, they girls. You get the police and watch them start hollering. Oh, I have a family. In them penitentiaries and them riots when all the convicts catch a guy and he's locked in with all of them. I swear to God, I ain't ever did this. That's all they do. They cry all day. You be standing there with a towel. Come on, man, slow down. We just, it's going to be all right. You got to calm them down. Right? Okay. They didn't do that last week. Get out of cell, nigga. Da, 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 da. That's what they was. Okay. So, yes, when they launch a certain, not attack, but a situation, the people lead it going to be trained. They're going to be well paid and they're going to be trained. That's automatic. So he was right about that. Yeah. And we saw the same thing. Can you imagine? They just stroll as people, like the Panthers walked into the place in Sacramento. Man, the people was ducking and hiding. You see the newspaper on TV, they's ducking and hiding. Oh, Lord, this is it. And they in Nancy Pelosi's office, and they got people like they got immunity. Like the people busted me upside the head, they had immunity because I filed a report, they didn't even want it. The people, he ain't got no mask on, and the police is, he just in Nancy Pelosi's poor child, and ain't nothing happening. You could come, oh, they was doormen. Oh, please come in. Oh, that's so-and-so's office over there. That's so-and-so's office over there. That's so-and-so's. Oh, tafadal, go ahead, right? Then when they leaving, right? How many people they arrest? They had to go and say, hey, we forgot to arrest anybody, so we better go arrest 5 or 10 people. And that whole thing, they say they arrested 50-something people, and most of them was a curfew. Okay, so it's all arranged. But remember, don't panic. That's good, because everybody see it. What was the other question there?
No, that was it. He was just asking about your thoughts on what happened yesterday, but you've already.
No, hey, alhamdulillah. What we say about yesterday is let's get it together amongst our people. You don't need any more proof that what we've been saying is true. You don't need no, if you need any more proof, we're sorry, we don't have any more. We don't have, no, we don't have it anymore. If you can't see that and the need for us to cooperate with each other, the man started wars all over the world. Hey, man, and this is our day, but we have to work a little for it. If that was all the questions, no more questions and no more comments?
Yeah, that was another question.
Do anybody have any feelings on this stuff that we've been talking about here? The way this stuff is happening, how it looks.
Well, like I always say, because of our involvement,
Right.
it just makes things, clear of what's happening.
Alhamdulillah.
And like you said, it takes the people that's listening to get involved where they don't have to just, get your opinion.
Right.
Be able to, see it for themselves. And, that's, so from my standpoint, it's like you said, it's just time to take it to that, whatever that next level is, from an organizational standpoint, that's where we should be headed.
Inshallah. Well, we're happy at where we are. We tried to explain this all to people, and we want the opportunity to make it available for everybody. You know, the movie you was talking about the other day, the guy that went to India, I liked that movie. But remember, it was about the truth. There's a few things that's very cogent in there. One, they were saying Buddhism is finished in India. You know, it's headed a decline. Now, he had to go get the whole show. He had to go from China to India. And then he went back. And remember all the manuscripts? And you remember it just like he had a class, everybody was studying what he said. And that was during the time of right after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was 643, that period. And that was a time, that was a very unique time. But he reminds us of the hadith of the ones that travels for knowledge. He got that knowledge and he brought it back to everybody. you know, and they moved on it. But you got to remember, in history, just like what's her name said, man, China been big for 4,000 years, and up to a year or two ago, China never invaded anyone. They had a skirmish with Vietnam a few years back. That's why they built the Great Wall of China, to keep everybody out. And they wasn't going out there. They didn't want to be bothered with that because they had everything inside. Anyway, I like that. But it was also a good lesson for being sincere and determined about what you're doing, and whatever you go through, it ain't nothing. Just like what all his travels and all those things, it turned out to be nothing for him, you know. Okay, so are there any more, no questions or comments or anything? Okay. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.